Hello and welcome to Cube Corner. So we have here Awakening Striker. So after the update, they buffed the Striker skill damage. Certain skills got buffed, and so I made a combo. This is a new one. So we're gonna focus on improving the skill Skull Crusher and also the Rampaging Predator because they moved the Martial Shard Spirit effect. Before it was on Crosswind and also the Savage Somersault and Ferocious Assault. Now they move it to the Skull Crusher and Rampaging Predator. So what we need to do is get obtain or gain 2 Martial Spirit Shards. So as you can see here, we have one Martial Spirit Shard. So how do we get 1 Martial Spirit Shard if you're new to the class? So first thing is that you need to hit 3 times before you can get 1, and then the second time if you have 1 you can get just one hit. So you need to hit it with your skill. So some skills don't generate martial shards, like this one it doesn't generate. So for example, let's reset first. So if you use 3 you get buff attack speed, and then this one spray, so you get attack speed 20% for 20 seconds. So we don't need that, we just need that for the last part here, over here. So if there is mobs that are left, you can use that, you can use the tree, so you can get the attack speed buff. But we don't really need, because if we just rely on Black Spirit Rage just like this, so we buff our Black Spirit Rage, and then we buff the, it doesn't stack up. So the Black Spirit Rage is more higher, 25%. So we're just gonna put it on the last part of our combo. So alright, so first is, how do I get martial spirit shards? You just need to use a certain skill to generate or we can gain martial spirit shards. So we just need to hit 3 times for the first one, and then one time hit for the second, and I think 3 times for the last one. So for example, 1, 2, 3, we get 1, then when you hit again we get 2, and then 1, 2, 3, we get the max one, the third one. So that's how you get martial spirit shards. So let's reset again. So how do we apply this in our combo? So we can amplify our Skull Crusher and Rampaging Predator. So first thing is that our goal is to maximize our martial spirit shard to get that enhanced skill damage from Skull Crusher and Rampaging Predator. So we're gonna use the skill Ultimate Crush. So this skill is DP Shredder. It has negative 20 DP, and then I strengthen it with skill addon, which is critical hit rate and attack or casting speed. So why there is critical hit rate? Because the passive base only give you a total of 20%, so that makes 70%, and then we added the skill add-on, so that's 100%. At least it's gonna be on the max damage for the ultimate crush in the start of our combo. So next skill will be endless explosion. So we're gonna do a 4 attack from here because this skill is kinda fast, so we're gonna use this as we cut off the 3rd attack from ultimate crush, and then we put a skill add-on, extra AP against monster, or if you're on Cadry, put human, and then all DP, negative 20 DP for this one, our debuff. And next is all the way here, we need this one, Absolute Tornado. So we need this one from the main skill. So when we are on the Garb Race, we can use this to tap just F1. This will generate the kick. You can see that, and also it generates here. So we're gonna use that at the last part of the this one, endless explosion. So let's reset first. So this is how we gain the max martial spirit shard. You can see we generate the maximum martial spirit shard. So the follow-up combo will be over here, Sabbath's somersault, because they float really smooth on the tornado kick. As you can see here, for example. And then we do the skull crusher. It consumes 1 martial spirit shards. And then next is the rampaging predator, which is also the skill will be enhanced. After that, after we do the rampaging predator, you can also use this one or continue the flow for the bite off. It's up to you, but I recommend using autumn blaze if you are on Cadry Ruins, if you are on a spot that mobs can be knocked down. So use this, or just escape this and go here and then swap this one, like this. For example, like this. Just like that. So but if you're on spot that can be, that mobs can be knocked down, so you better use this first because it will give you a down attack buff. The City of the Dead and then Cadry Ruins for the general, you can use this one. So next is our over here Crouching Wolf and then Endless Fight. So we have here, so this one is just to get the attack speed. If there's still mobs, you can activate this one, Battle Cry. Make sure that it has a 1 spirit shard first before you activate the Battle Cry. So this is recommended you can do this one. So you get a 2 martial spirit shard in instant. So that's why you need to do the infernal kick first. Infernal Destruction. So next skill will be the here Crouching Wolf and then Endless Fight. So this one is just for finishing mobs or something. And also we have here this is optional. You can use also this for finishing mobs and go behind the enemy for positioning, just like this one. And also we have here Enhanced Mask of Destruction. You can use that to reposition ourselves, and you can use this one here over here after Rampaging Predator, and then go to this Autumn Blaze. So you can use and also you can also use the Mask of Destruction and use the Rampaging Predator. So if you need to go behind the enemy, use this. And also we have Spiral Cannon and then Pulse Wind. So use this at the first of your combo because it will give you a accuracy, movement, and all evasion rate. So you can use that and then space to get back on the front, or you can go behind for positioning. You can also use this at the middle of the combo when you're done with the Skull Crusher. For example, is just like this. You can get behind the enemy instantly and then continue the combo with the Rampaging Predator. So that's it for our PvE combo for Awakening Striker. And I almost forgot, so if you press LMB, you will get a buff or all AP plus 16, which is really good if you start it with our combo. So press LMB, then use the Ultimate Crush, just like that. So we get that AP buff at the start. So that's it.
Become stronger for your own good. What are you waiting for?